after, that having a child isn't the end of your career. And nowadays the women's teams certainly understand that and take a lot more interest in how their riders feeling health-wise, and if they've got a family to look after, then they tend to take that into account.
Yeah, and if you saw that little clip that we just had with images of 2016, that's only 8 years ago. It's coming in leaps and bounds. The development of the women's sport is going so ridiculously fast. I sometimes compare it to, we are a couple of years ago, we were where men's cycling was, like in the 80s, early 90s, when the first team buses were coming up. But the development, they basically made up for 30 years of development in men's cycling in just 4 or 5 years, with the professionality, with the material, with the team buses. And of course we have a lot of smaller teams here who maybe have a camper van, but I would like to think that even in smaller races like this one, the times that women had to get changed just in the streets are now over.
Yeah, there's a lot better infrastructure behind the riders and the teams. And as you say, even for the smaller teams, they'll come here and they'll be organised and one somewhere. They won't be getting changed in the street. There'll be proper facilities for them. So yeah, as you said, it seems to that every year is almost kind of 5 years of kind of catching up in that single 12 months. So you just have to look at the equipment they're given. It's exactly the same as the men's side of the sport. So even that is, there's a certain amount of equality there.
This is the bike of Julie Nielsen Maribo. Normally she races for the team Sydbank in Denmark, a club team, but she's here with the national team of Denmark. She had a 9th place at the Nationals time trial and a 5th place in the road race. In Denmark, the time trial was won by Emma Norsgaard, so a lovely jersey for her, and the time trial and the road championship was another masterpiece by Rebecca Kerner with a very long solo. She gets to wear that jersey again. But a few good results there for Julie Nielsen Maribo. On the national calendar earlier this month, she already won a bike race. Our first rider off the ramp, and that's already quite a pronunciation challenge. And you do have to forgive us, but Monika Vrečkin, I'm going for that. She is part of the TKK Pacific Nestle Fitness cycling team, a club team, and she is the first on the start ramp. Our start list has 18:04, Pippa. She's getting ready, or she's getting ready now, so I'm thinking that my start list might be a little bit off, because this is not the kind of position that you're going to stay in for the next 7 minutes.
No. Normally you climb up there with about 30 seconds to go, so I imagine that she's going to set off. We saw the clock there be 17:58, maybe 17:59.
So we'll just have to do our math looking at the start list and deduce about 5 minutes. You can see that her time trial bike is one that was used by the Sunweb team. That is something that you see a lot with club teams, also smaller UCI teams who do not have the means to buy time trial equipment. Big teams, World Tour teams, pro teams, usually have, well, a clear out at the end of the season. It's not that these frames are being sold, they're being given away for free, Pippa. You still have to pay quite a hefty sum for them, but then you can buy some of the spare equipment from the World Tour teams, and this looks to be the paint job of the Sunweb team. Might be an off-the-market kind of paint job that Giant has, maybe, but it happens quite a lot that you can just buy equipment from pro teams if that is your thing.
And normally the time trial bike is probably the least used, so unless you've crashed on it, it doesn't really get that much abuse. It doesn't do hundreds of kilometers on top of the roof of the team car bouncing about up and down mountains. So it's usually in the back of the truck, and it only comes out for like today for special occasions. So it could be a bit of a bargain if you buy enough of them. I imagine they don't charge them a full kind of shop price for them.
No. But you see that a lot with the under-17, under-19s as well. And they're shops who just buy the entire stock and then sell them in their shop. This team comes from the town of Torun, which is slightly to the west of Warsaw, also on the river Wisła. And yeah, it looks like we are going to wait for the 18:04 mark.
Ja mam te prośby jeszcze do kibiców na starcie, kochani. Zróbcie jakiś hałas. Rozpoczynamy Tour de Polonia 2000.
Is your screen frozen as well?
Yeah, my screen.
Okay, whew, then it's not me. We'll have to wait till the feed comes back. Here we go. This rider is 21 years old. She had a 17th place at the National Championships. And as we're waiting for her start, we'll just go over the Brits on the start list. Of course, the Das Hutchinson Brother UK team has got 4 with Sean Botterley, Charlotte Hodgkins-Byrne, Sana Saman, Sophie Lewis, and yeah, those are the Brits on our start line. We also have 1 rider from Ireland, and that is number 91. I'm going to leave that one to you. It's one of those. It's one of those Irish names. Is it?
It's I've looked it up just in case you asked me this.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's Weaver.
Okay, well, Irish names are absolutely stunning.
So.
But O'Brien, that is, of course, must be one of the most common Irish names. I do apologise for not having prepared the right pronunciation of that team. So 4 Brits. We also have a team from Australia. Team Britchlane are here with 4 Australian riders. We have the Dutch team of Volker Wessels with Femke Beuling. She is a little bit of an honorary Welsh citizen now that she is with Zoe Backstedt, of course. So they might have adopted her a little bit already in Wales. But an international field, of course, most riders are actually from Poland, but we have riders from as far away as Afghanistan. The 2 sisters, the Hashimi sisters from Afghanistan, who were evacuated when Kabul fell and are now part of the WCC, the World Cycling Centre team. It appears that we are waiting for the 18:04 mark, which kind of saves us a lot of calculating, Pippa, which is not my strong suit. We also have, I have absolutely no idea whether we'll have live timing of any sorts. So we'll just go on this adventure together.
Yes, I imagine that well, you never know. It looks like a very organised race. So the setup of it. So there might be live timing.
I must say that I'm pretty impressed by this setup indeed. We're talking about a 4th division race. So you start with the World Tour, then you have the Pro Series, then you have Point 1, and this is a Point 2 race. So that is pretty impressive to see. Live images for you to enjoy. And here we go. First rider on the ramp. Trying to listen to the announcer as well to get a little bit of an idea of the pronunciation. This warms my heart, Pippa. People have chosen to be in the shade, but of course going to watch a time trial is always fun because you get to see each and every rider.
Get to see everybody suffer. Normally the biggest crowd is where you can potentially fall off, and I imagine on this course that's going to be basically where we turn around and come back the same, almost in the same road. So yeah, the big crowd down at the turn.
And there we go. Monika Wetschin is the first rider off the ramp for the team from Torun. Torunski Klub Kolarski is the club name. So yeah, from what I know in Polish, that basically means cycling club, toru. I think the motorbike needs to take a little bit more distance though.
Yeah, that is slightly close.
It is, of course, what cost Elisa Longoborghini her national time trial title. Not the motorbike, but the
car. The car was too slow.
Indeed.
Too close, and they were told to drop back, and they didn't.
No. 20-second penalty for her, and that was the difference between winning and, yeah, not winning.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Well, luckily we have Owen Rogers on standby. Keith O'Brien. That's what we're going. Keith O'Brien.
Well, I've rechecked it, and it's Kiva in the,
Kiva,
in the north and Quiva in the south of Ireland.
There's even a difference. Oh wow, that is fantastic. Quiva. Okay, here we go. Yet again, I do apologise, Quiva, for not preparing. There was a point in my Instagram feed that I had all these Irish, but also Sivo Shea, for example. She's a press officer at Jaco Alula. She always tells me that she has these problems as well when she goes to Starbucks and then has to explain what her name is. This is not Marina Altukova. This is the rider from Denmark. So I think our rider from Ukraine is already off the ramp, but this is Julie Maribo Nielsen of the national team for Denmark.
And looking through the form guide, this Danish rider should be the kind of first reference. She's fairly kind of high up in the rankings, so yeah, she should be the kind of first an idea of what roughly what the time is going to be.
If you look at the parkour, well, there's not a lot to explain about it, but we basically have a cross tailwind, the 2 kilometers to our turnaround, and then, yeah, automatically a cross headwind going back. It's about 14 to 15 kilometers an hour at the moment.
Yeah, the first 1.5 kilometers is rises 13 meters.
It's going to sting the legs.
Yeah, so, and then it's on the way back, it comes down 13 meters. So it's, you know what you're going to get when you've done the first part.
Well, those 13 minutes down 30 meters downhill are going to compensate for the headwind. Here we have Femke Beuling. She started her career in speed skating, of course, and is now part of the Volkerwessels women's team, a team from the Netherlands. Femke, of course, herself is Dutch as well. They're here with 4 riders from the Netherlands and 2 from Belgium. Scarlett Soere, she is a fast rider. She might be good for these kind of short efforts, although she's still very young. Marit van Hoven is also a name to look out for on the team. And why not Femke Beuling, who has these same kind of qualities. Here we are with, a veteran of the sport, Raisa Levite. She's been around for, well, I don't want to say forever, but for quite some time. She's 35, started her career in 2008. Pippa.
Yeah, she's not quite the oldest. That honor is Urška Pintar
of Ljubljana.
Ljubljana, yeah. So she's the oldest, but there's quite a kind of span of age from 18 to 38. So it's a mixed field.
Here we also have Jamila Machikova, who's also, I think, 38, former world points race champion on the track. But Raisa Lelevite, she's on the road. She's been on podiums before at the World Championships, European Championships, and she's also going to represent her country at the Olympic Games for Lithuania. So that's something to look forward to. She's a punchy rider in her day.